dear friends. Happy solstice. Many solstice blessings to you. And thank you for joining me on another Soul Alchemy series as we tap in a little to the solstice energies and to what is coming forward. I do want to pause for a moment and just witness all that has unfolded in the last week or so, and just sending my love, my prayers of peace, of remembrance, of unity and oneness into the field as a reminder for us to choose love over fear. And, ultimately, what we are all walking on this path in one way, shape, or form is coming home to ourselves, as the light, as part of the source of the one. And so my prayer is that many will remember and come back to their sacred hearts, come back to the love and the compassion, the unity that exists within the light of their beings. Hashoyania soto sham ohin aiset oshe an e to san e shaktiya. And so it is. So thank you for joining me as we emanate as pillars and frequencies of light. And it is become very present, it has become very obvious that our light and our presence, our pillars, are needed more than ever right now. And we have witnessed some darkness that we maybe feel is emerging into the light. Maybe we feel that the light is needed more to bring to the darkness. But we witness the movement of any darkness to light under the frequency of peace. And thank you for bearing with me as I try to find the words. I debated about sharing the Soul Alchemy series this week because while I have not been touched personally by any of the events that have unfolded in the last week, they have touched me very deeply. And I am not yet sure why that is. And I, as always, am open to receiving what it is that I need to receive within myself first and foremost. But I really felt like this was an opportunity to spread some love, to spread some light, to spread some peace in a place, in a time that maybe feels a little dark. And so I'm encoding this transmission, this video, my presence, your presence, to be a beacon of light in the dark right now. And it's interesting to me that I was preparing to talk about the solstice because what has been really coming forward for me and through everything that I'm doing this month is particularly we felt the Seraphaic current return, the Seraphaic beings, the flame, the remembrance return on 12/12. And so many of you joined me for that, and the playback is available, and I highly recommend, if you haven't tuned into that or purchased that, I'll put the link below. But I've had so much feedback on how powerful it was and how it touched people in a new way. There was a frequency there, one that I have not channeled before, and the depth in which I have not channeled before. And it's because these seraphim, these order of beings, they activate holy recall, remembering the original power of the soul. awakening the soul blueprint. And they bring a remembrance of our pure source power, and that cannot be diminished or extinguished. And there feels like there's no mistake to me that is the message of this time, to maybe be facing something that we are most fearful of, or the darkness that brings, the atrocities that happen still from human to human. But as the Seraphim spoke during the 12-12 gathering, we have initiated the ignition, and now you walk as the flame. So it is important for us to rise into that which is within us, that which is us, and the eternal flame. Allow that eternal flame to continue to burn, to continue to bring the light to the dark. Gashuyana ke sotiera mosaikisha tiara kose mosaikiata. Because we're being asked to, on solstice, anchor this power and light into our body, into the earth, and to the collective field, and be the flame. To remember that we are not merely connected to the flame, the source, the divine within us. We are an emanation of it. We are an emanation of the eternal flame, of the Holy of Holies. And what came through the heart of the field for solstice was, all that was once above shall now enter below. The light sits in the root, and love anchors in matter. Heaven touches earth, and earth becomes holy again. This is the Christ light awakening inside each person. And this is to remember that no matter what happens, we still hold this light, this flame. This is still us. And as we move into the 22nd, as we move from 21, 22, we bring in the stabilization. We allow this new energetic template to begin to broadcast outward, because your body becomes the transmitter, the lighthouse, the tuning fork. It becomes a stabilizer for others, and this carrier of love, of quiet peace. And the Seraphim are calling this time the great anchoring. And it's not lost on me that quite often it is the darkest period before the dawn breaks. And so to move through a period such as what they're calling the great anchoring, they're calling this the great anchoring, that we would experience something that would rock our very foundation in order for us to really stand into what is true, to stand in our truth, to stand in the pillar of peace. And I say all of this gently because I know there is many people who are suffering, and many people around the world in different circumstances, in different situations, and I don't diminish any of that. But we have to trust in the power of love, the power of the light, and the power of what we can do when we truly anchor and pillar the frequencies. Because we are powerful creators, and if we are creating our reality, what do we want to create now? What do we want to shift? And as the Seraphim have showed me moving into 2026, in my world and in my spaces, and so if you're here, that this is likely coming forward for you, is where we take this into embodied self-mastery. It's a year of embodying our power and self-mastery, which means there'll be experiences that require us to dig deep. There'll be experiences where we are required to put into action, enlightened action, the application of what we are speaking about, what we are feeling, what we are remembering. It's time to take that into the physical reality. It's time to take that physical action through this physical body and be really present on this great anchoring. Kiana sotia shoya biato so hinai sho himukai so. They are bringing through your central pillar right now a number of light codes. I'm seeing a beautiful column of light with gold light codes coming through, particularly from Soul Star just above your crown to your root. There's some activation in the sacral as well with this. And if you consent, I invite you to receive. You are waking up to the truth. You are remembering that you came here to be in this physical body. The physical incarnation. Kalolan et aison oshiapoyatiasan ekoshai olaan erako kosai, to experience freedom, sovereignty, and liberation as a divine being in human form. Kiatosan ishohetayaro mai eso, that you hold the keys to your personal freedom and liberation. Kiana seto, it is not outside of yourself. We are not playing the martyr, we're not playing the victim. Those templates are over. We are awakening and remembering and embodying templates of sovereignty, of truth, of integrity, of creation. San oshiet hatiara kose moshe kietori kase toto shatiata. Le ohem ot I shatiakoso et o. Feel that remembering of your divine blueprint, your soul's blueprint in your sacral. It's unfolding. Almost like, for some of you, it will be petals of a flower, like the lotus petals opening. Some of you, I see like a scroll. Or you don't need to know what it says. Feel it, they say. Feel it. It's like letting that open up within you. Feel that opening up within you from your sacral to your heart. Samoshay te sotirano sakisha tiara kose moshay. Kiato, being at one with yourself. Kianana sheto yati shamosa tietore kasai to taireko. There's like unleashing. I hear the word unleashing that eternal flame, unleashing the golden flame within you. Kuraki san eshuti tatoya, the Holy of Holies. Taking a nice deep breath in and breathing that out. The seraphim are bringing this through very gently, because this isn't meant to shock you, but it is to gently wake you up. It is to gently wake up the remembrance. They often show me the reference of the fairy tale of Sleeping Beauty, the parts of you that have been tucked away in the glass case sleeping, and it's now time for them to come forward. And ultimately, they say, this is what you have been walking towards. This is what you've been seeking. You just didn't realize that it was within you all along, because you had been looking outside of yourself. You had been feeling that someone had the answer, or someone took that away from you. This is where you take back your power in the solstice. You take back your power. And you take it back, but you remember too that you actually had it all along. With deep compassion, love, and grace for yourself. Please, they say, do not judge. Do not criticize yourself. Do not beat down on yourself. Be in divine compassion, love, and grace, because you just forgot. You just forgot. You just got caught up in the human experience. You got caught up in the fear. You got caught up in what was happening outside of you, that you forgot that it was here. You forgot you could come back into that. You forgot that you came here to anchor it, to be honest. That is why now more than ever you are needed to anchor your light, your pillar, your transmitter, your lighthouse, your tuning fork, your presence, however you feel that. You might be feeling like ribbons of energy coursing through you. Allow it to go into the earth. Allow this to draw down through your earth star, or through your root chakra, through your feet, your soles of your feet, and into your earth star chakra. Send it into the crystalline grid. Send it down into the heart of Gaia. Allow it to become pillared, anchored, not just grounded, anchored into that grid, into Gaia. So this is where you witness your expansion, they say. Feel yourself now opening up. Feel yourself becoming a lighthouse or a windmill. I see like a structure, like big crosses, big golden crosses, sovereign crosses. And as we zoom out, we see these across the planet. We see them gridding across the planet. We see them connecting as one. We see that field being held in the collective. For you are doing your part. You ask what your divine calling, your divine assignment or purpose is, and this is one of those. Just by being in your embodied pillar, anchoring this, you are contributing to this shift and the great anchoring that's occurring in this time of solstice. You may like to sit with these frequencies, these energies, and this state of being for some time after the completion of this video. And I highly suggest, if you can, to get out into the sun. I know that's not possible for all locations around the world at the moment, but connecting into nature, connecting into the solar codes, the solar energy. Even if you pop a YouTube video on that is one of the sun, of the sunlight, and just feel the sunlight coming through that screen. If you're unable to get out and to be in the sunlight, or to get out and just put your feet on the earth, or to lay on the earth, or to get into water, the seraphim have been really calling us into also water, using water to support us, to hold us, to cleanse us, and also as an amplifier. So even if you had a bath, or if you can get to the ocean, even a shower will do, whatever you feel. Trust your own discernment on this, and trust what you feel the way in which would be most supportive for you. Because this is about you remembering that you are empowered, you are resourced as a sovereign being to know what you need to have all of that wisdom within you. And as we begin to close this out, I would just love to share a beautiful prayer, a message that came through for the great anchoring on the solstice in this year of December 2025. On this longest night and turning of the earth, I stand as a pillar of light between heaven and earth. I anchor the source frequency into matter. I anchor freedom into form. I anchor remembrance into humanity. I am the new earth embodied. I am the sovereign expression of life itself. May my actions be aligned. May my presence be activating. May my being be a living transmission of truth. And as the light returns, so does the world remember itself again. And so it is, and so it is, and so it is. Thank you so much, my dear friends, soul family, for connecting with me once more in your love and support of this Soul Alchemy series. I'm just following the calling at the moment as to where it is leading me and guiding me, but I'm really enjoying connecting and sharing. If you have anything you would love me to speak into, or any transmission that you would like to feel, whether that be some beings, some energies, or collectives that we can tune into, please leave in the comments below. I am being called to expand my personal journey and who I am showing up as, and my divine calling and mission is shifting and changing in 2026. So I am stepping into some uncomfortableness as I share more of my channeling and more of the themes and energies that are coming through me to be shared. So your support is really valuable, because it is helping me empower myself and gain confidence and trust in what I am sharing. So any comments, any likes, any shares would be deeply, deeply appreciated. But sending you solstice love and blessings and prayers of peace and grace throughout humanity, throughout the collective, throughout the planet. And until next time, much love. Je ti san osha kia to gesanaya, 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 gesha, gesha, gesha.